May 29th. This is where I'm going to make this countertop bar table, whatever, and I think I'm going to make it out of old water skis, cut them, pour some epoxy, something like that in there. Here's my bottle of dirt I've been drinking, and it's well, it says it's 60 degrees on there, I think. Hard to read that number. I don't know. It's supposed to go up to 80 today. I think it's around 10 a.m. I haven't done a video in a long time. I just really busy doing house stuff around the house. Just seeding the yard here where I dug up for the weeping bed. I got all that done. I got the walkway done. Got the gate reversed. Been cleaning up in this more and more in here, my little workshop area. I still got a little bit more to do. Got more of these windows in. I bought them online. There we go. Put it on that setting. That looks pretty good. Bought 5 of them. There were some small ones and some large ones. These ones were in Grand Bend. These ones were near Delhi, Ontario, south of Woodstock, about a half hour. So I'm getting lots of projects done. I got all my oil cleaned up over there. I had a dozen oil jugs. I had a couple hundred beer cans in there, wine bottles, whiskey bottles, everything. I don't even drink that much, just left over from parties. Turn that off quick. And my nephew's got the fuel tank done for this. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. So that means I gotta get the carbs on today and fire this bike up, get those carbs balanced, and get the front wheel all cleaned up, get that mounted on, and I'm probably gonna have to do that first after I get the carbs on, because I don't want to fire the bike up with the styrofoam underneath there. And then I'll work on these forks, why they're leaking oil. I'm gonna take one of them off to inspect it all, the O-rings. But I think it has something to do with the negative pressure. They're meant to be under load and pressure all the time. I think it has something to do with it being under negative pressure, a vacuum. Anyways, we'll figure that out. And yeah, I'd love to get this bike back on road, so I'm gonna put the carbs on right now. Okay, it's about a half hour later, 3 phone calls later, and I had to move the bikes out of the way. Got the Norton over here, put air in the tires and that, topped it up. My bike, they take 60 pounds there. They were down to like 20 or 30. Got that moved out of the way, got everything swept up in here. And okay, I think I'm ready. I've been saying this for 2 months. This better be the video that I get it done. Oh my word. Okay. First thing is I'm taking all these clamps off, because I don't want to squish them. Jamming it in there, because you literally got to jam it in there. Take these out. And it's still pretty cold this morning. It's gonna warm up to 80s today, but I think it's like 60 in here, 55 in the garage maybe. So I'm gonna warm these up a little bit, put a little bit of lube on them. Little WD-40, just a light lube that'll evaporate, maybe WD-40. And should slide right in, and I'll hook the cables up at the same time. Okay. I'm gonna move you to the other side. Well, job's probably gonna take 5 minutes, and I've been putting it off for literally months. On this air box, there's two little tabs supposed to be at the top here. The ones on the other side are broken off. I think this one is too. And then this boot has a little rubber tab that points north, straight up. Nope, this one goes straight down. I can feel the tabs down here. Okay, let me flip that one around. So these two have the tabs on the bottom. Those two have the tabs on the top. So this boot has got to locate in those tabs. There's a little tit that goes on there. And I think I need a flashlight. There we go. I get my flashlight. Okay, where's my pointer? You can see right here, and right there on that one. You can see the little tit on the rubber, and then the two tits that are on the plastic. And that's what has to line up. So these two are on the top, and the ones on that side are on the bottom. Probably not enough light, but you can see that one. So I think that'll make it line up easier. Let's try that. So what I've done here is spun the clamp to the top, then I can squeeze it together and put the screw in, and now I'll just spin it around to where I want it. gonna snug it up before I push the whole box forward, I think. Try that. Tighten up these clamps. Can't see a damn thing. These bolts here in this bracket hold the airbox on. This side is missing the little powell that it threads into. So I'll have to either make one or see if I can find a used one. But I got 3 of the bolts holding it in. And when I was putting on one of the clamps, I dropped the screw and I think it landed on top of the exhaust manifold. So I heard it ding all the way down there. And I'll have to shake the bike over on its side when I get it off the hoist. So I need a screw for one of them. Put that back there for now. Okay. I think before I even put any gas in this, I got the choke hook back up. I got all the front clamps all tight. And I think I put the front wheel on so I can get the styrofoam out of here. I think that'll be next. See if I can get the wheel in here. Oh, my hip. Okay. I washed the wheel off a bit. I like to do this on the ground, so I stick my toe under the tire and I lift it up a little bit. Maybe I can stick this stick in here, I don't know. Oh, my hip. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can do it this way here. Got to keep the spacer in and the speedo drive in at the same time. The speedo drive's got two slots you got to line up. That didn't work. 2 slots on the speedo drive right here. You got to get that lined up with the boss in here. Try this again. should lower the hoist down. Do it the right way. Okay, that's lined up. Riding in the center in here. Okay. I gotta find the two pinch bolts somewhere. Here they are. We clean them off first. See, to me, there should be a washer on there. I know there's a, oh yeah, there's two washers on this one here. This one's missing one. So I gotta find a washer. Yeah, should be a washer, and then a washer, lock washer, and nut. Like that. And like that. Find the other washer. There it is, right there. Surprising. Okay, need a 19. This is 22, the other side's 19, and you want to torque it to 50 foot-pounds before you tighten the pinch bolts. Snug it up. There's 50. 50. You want to make sure this is spinning freely. And then you tighten up the pinch bolts to 14 foot-pounds. It's 12, right? Yeah. See if I got a short 12. There's 12. 14. I'm going to put it at 15. You're supposed to always add a percentage each time you retorque things. It's supposed to be, okay, there's 15. Okay. I'm gonna need that again. Tighten, torque the brake caliper on this side. Down here. Get this out of here. This one I've already rebuilt. Cleaned it all up. Like that. Those are 14 mil, and I gotta look up the torque for that. The caliper bolts are 25 foot-pounds. Brake hose torque is 19 foot-pounds. This is the factory XJ900 manual, not Google. So I'm gonna go by that, 25 foot-pounds. Can't do the other side because I got to rebuild that caliper. Hopefully I can do that today. Okay, so I've got to get together enough that I can take the styrofoam out, put some gas in this thing, see if it'll fire up. The speed will drive up. There. This is the, I got the bolts here for the brake clips here, but I'm gonna clean those all off first. But let me get the styrofoam out. Okay. Now I'm going to make my reserve tank to flow into here. And I got this off an old Briggs & Stratton snowblower. And I'm going to see if I can make a bracket and put it on this. I could put this, I might just set it up here for this one. Little birds up there. It's a little warmer now. Warmer in the sun. Oh, I left my lights on. I've been gone for about an hour or so. Excuse me. I went to get a battery and the guy was sold out. So he ordered me one. It should be in the next couple days. Because I don't really have a booster battery anymore to start that with. So I might have to try to jump it from this one. Or just put my battery charger on. I know some guys do that. I don't really like doing that. I do have an old dead battery. Put the charger on that, I think. Over here somewhere, I think. I did have. Down there, but I think that battery's pretty cooked. Too hard to get the battery out of that bike. This one isn't too bad. Okay, let me get this set up. Okay, I got this hooked up here. I haven't turned the gas on yet, it's still shut off. I just want to see if I got enough voltage. If it will. Drop my phone. Let's see if it. Yeah, let me put the phone down here. garage air out. Got all the smoke coming out of here. Got the window open over there, so it's clearing up. It's not leaking gas. And it did drip a little bit of the overflow too when I first put the gas on, just because it's been sitting for a year and stuck a little bit. But once it fired up and vibrated, they're sealing good now. It's out of balance. Cylinder, oh, let me reverse this. I got my temperature gun there and I'm pointing it at here. And I'm getting this one like at 46 degrees Celsius. This one is at 90. And that one's like the same in here, like 40s, 50s, 60s. And that one's up at 90. And that's because those two are, the butterfly's not open enough, so it's not getting fuel, it's not burning. So it's just telling me they're out of balance for sure. They're all firing, but they're out of balance. So I got my carb balancing gauges here somewhere, but they're all out of whack, so I'm going to have to do them one at a time. And it'll start to purr. It'll just purr when I get them lined up. Anyway, she's just burning off the excess smoke because I pulled off the whole top end off this thing and decarbonized and all, degreased all new gaskets. Did a lot of work to this bike a year or two ago. So I've had this bike 4 years now. I bought it in 2019, September, I think it said, on the ownership. And the ministry here won't accept a written receipt anymore with the guy's signature, name, date. I got his address, everything on there, signature. They won't accept anymore. You have to have one of their forms filled out with the guy's driver's license number. So luckily I still had the guy's address. I sent him off a letter this week and with a return stamped envelope inside. So he just has to sign the paper and I'll get the ownership for this thing. But yeah, she runs. And I can't wait to get it to run a little bit smoother. And I'm going to rebuild this caliper next and get the two brakes on there. I ordered a new brake caliper for here. I've got this original one, but and I got a new glass made for it. And it's just that the cover is so... I think I bought the whole new caliper and everything. I think it's like $12, $14, something like that. It's unbelievably cheap. 14 US. And the piston kit for this one's 27 or 28 bucks US to start with. Some guys want 65 bucks. So I just bought a whole new one. I'll keep that one so it's stock. And yeah, she's just ready to go. I got the battery, it's on order. Should be in a couple days. And then I'll get the brakes on here, get them all bled. And then I'm gonna pull off one of these and the drain screw, drain it out completely, both sides, and then undo the top plug here and refill them. I'm sure it has something to do with the bike being in the air and the forks pulling the opposite way. And then with the cold and heat, cold and hot with the thing, and it's, I don't know, somehow it's pushing back out here. There must be some vent hole or something. I'll figure that out. Okay, that's it for now. She runs. I got to balance them next. Okay, I'm going to try to do this as quick as I can because I don't have a fan. I do have a fan in the garage. Let me go get my motorhome. One sec. Okay, I got the fan going on the cylinders. These 4 gauges are all out. No two are the same. I think maybe it was these two that were pretty close. Yeah, maybe I should be going by these two. You can just see sitting here, they're out of whack. So what I'm going to do is I just take 1 gauge. I'm just going to focus on 1 gauge. Yeah, I'm going to go with this gauge here. And then just keep going across the cylinders until this thing is the same. I think these two are pretty close though. Yeah, this has got the shitty hose on it though. Anyways, I gotta start with cylinders number 1 and 2. These two here. So well, let me fire it up and adjust it. Let's see. Yeah, so when I adjust it, I'm actually going to be adjusting 2. These two are different though. They're different. I got to screw around with it first and find one consistent. This one might be the one. These intake manifolds, aftermarket ones, these things just pop in and out like crazy. Every one of them's loose. I'm gonna have to epoxy them all in. Things are never that simple for me. I got the carbs fairly balanced, but still not running right, something not right. And then I put my heat gun on the cylinders and number 3 was dead, cold. This is cold to the touch. I've let it cool down now. They're just warm now. And so to me it's either spark plug or spark plug boot. And I pulled the boot off. Well, first I pulled it, I left it on there, stuck the spark plug on here, and I didn't get spark. And then I just put the bare wire on here and I'm getting spark. So I suspect it's the boot. And anyways, I took all the boots off. They're all original. And I measured them. And this is the number 3 cylinder. And I'm getting 5,000 ohms resistance in there. In the outer, this one I'm getting, number 4 cylinder, getting 9,600 ohms. Should get around 10, 11,000 ohms. Number 1 cylinder, I'm getting 10,000 ohms. And these 2 center cylinders, which were the 2 that were running cool at the very beginning, this one wasn't running at all. And they're running around 5,000. Let me put my camera up here. Here we go. You can see that number or not. That just says low. I've got it on the on the ohm scale, 20,000 ohms. So this is one of the center ones, 5,200. This is one of the center cylinders, 4,800. And these are cylinders 1 and 4. Not getting it all the way in there. 1 sec here. $10,000. $9,700. I think I'm going to order all new boots just to be safe. And I'm just going to order NGK boots. And I'm going to order all new plugs. I think I put the original, I cleaned the original plugs and put them back in there to get it going. But I'm going to order a set of plugs. They're old. Eliminate that problem. And then go back to fine tuning the carbs. I was getting pretty close there, but I can still pull vacuum on the dead cylinder. So. But it's the sound, like when you get it dialed in, it just goes, it just purrs when you get it right. I'll look in the manual and see what they're supposed to be for that, but I'm pretty sure they're on, most of them around 10 to 14,000, 10, 11,000 K. that there. Thought it was right there. No, that's bulbs. Should be under ignition. Electrical components. There's an index at the beginning of the book. I'm getting there. Sure, it's at the very back, but okay. 2. Electrical's number 6, that's at the very back. Ignition coil, 625. It just tells you going through the coil. Secondary coil is 13,000.2 going through. So we know the boot is less than that. I'm sure they're on 10, 11,000. I don't think it tells you. But the total resistance is 13.2, so we know it's less than that. I think I'm just going to get some new ones, order some plugs. Okay, it's now still the same day for this video, but about 9 p.m. And I got the spark plug boots ordered. I got the new spark plugs coming in, and something else I ordered on eBay. I don't know if it was for this bike or not, but so that stuff's not going to be until Friday. Today's Monday, so maybe I'll get back at this on Saturday and get the carbs balanced. So I'm going to wrap up this video today, but in the meantime, I'm going to epoxy these things back in. Like it's in there, look, it just pushes right in. So I'm going to pull those all out, get them epoxied in, and they'll be set nice and hard. So when I do balance the carbs, it'll be a lot easier. It'd be nice if I could set these things up too. Look at the cheap little plastic valves, and I'd like to do this a lot better. Tempted to make a fitting on my shop vac to adjust the air, allow the air, and then dial these things in and set them up so I can just plug it in and be done with it. I think these are 70 bucks on eBay. I've had it for probably 10 years, and it's pretty much junk now. It's worth spending the extra money and getting a good set. A good set could be $300-400 bucks. Okay, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to wrap it up. And hopefully, yeah, by the weekend, if all the parts are in, I'll get this back together. I'll clean out that brake caliper. I think I already did a video on doing the other one. And maybe I might tackle those forks too. I noticed one thing too, like when this thing's up, like I put new steering head bearings in, and I might need to, I can just tell by the way it's flopping. I checked, there's no play. I don't feel any play or looseness, but I think that could be a shade tighter. It's just a little bit on the, it should be just a nice smooth moving, where this is really pretty loose. So I might need to tighten up that steering head bearing just a little bit more. I'll check it though. I'll check all the free play in it. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, once I get this XJ900 done, then that Norton chopper bobber rat bike there, that's going up on the hoist. I want to get the motor in it, get the train in, get it all bolted all in, get the front end settled all in right. I want to get the thing all together and pieced together. And, you know, then I know exactly where to weld on the oil tank and to make the seat and maybe even finish the frame off there. It's going to be just rough, but just slap it all together. And then I got something to work with, you know, like, and then if I have to take it all apart, paint the frame, paint parts, I can do that. But I want to get the motor in that and get it up on the frame, get the steering figured out. Needs to be a little bit better radius. Maybe get the brake lines for the front. There's a lot of work to do to that. But as soon as I get this bike buttoned up together, which is going to be real soon here, I'm back on that bike. That's the deal. Okay, good night.